I'll be going through the answers quickly, so make sure your course book is open and in front of you. And please stop and rewind the video as you need to. So, got your book open in front of you? Are your answers in capitals? Want to know why the answers are the answers? Then let's go. For question number 1, the key word here is the word just before the gap. Regarded. After regarded, we have a preposition, and that preposition is as. So here the answer is as. Regarded as the most deprived ... For question number 2, we also need a preposition, but the key word that helps us determine which preposition we need is the word after the gap, and that is direction. Normally we say that you are under someone's direction, and that's exactly the case here, which is why the answer is under. For question number 3, in order to get this correct, we need to pay attention to the context. If we read out the beginning bit of the sentence, it says, nothing quite it had ever been seen in the concert halls of Britain before. So there's a comparison here. We're comparing the time at this from which this article was written to any time before, which means that for this gap we need the appropriate comparative word to compare this time to other times. And of course the answer that we're looking for is like. Nothing quite like it ... For question number 4, there are 2 pieces of information that you've got to be aware of. First of all, you've got the word after the gap, years, and then you've got the article before the gap. Why is that important? Well, for this gap, we need a quantifier of some kind to quantify how many years. And because of the article, it rules out lots and lots of other options. The only option that we're left with here is few, a few years. Question number 5, this is a verb preposition collocation. If you don't know this collocation, you will know it now. There are 2 possible prepositions after lavish. You can either lavish on or you can lavish upon someone. For question number 6, we need to understand the context, particularly the relationship between the sentence before and the sentence after this gap. What we've got here is a linker or a transition or a discourse marker. They're called many, many different things, which link or communicate a particular type of message which somehow connects what was said before to what's being said afterwards. In this case, the message or the linker is trying to say what's more. In this particular case, because of the preposition before the gap, in, the only answer we can have here is addition. In addition. For question number 7, the key thing here is context. If we understand the context, we can understand the type of word that we need. The context is basically that the players in the Philharmonic are getting older and older and older. But the structure that we're given in the text means that we have to find some kind of negative form to express this idea of getting older. And of course the negative form that we need is no. Many of the players are youthful no longer. In other words, they're older. For question number 8, once again, just a vocabulary question. If you're not familiar with this particular piece of vocabulary, besides plus reflexive pronoun, then you will be now. Now, we have to also pay attention to the context because it's not beside yourself or beside myself. The context tells us that we're talking about a group of people. So it's beside themselves.